Look up to the sky, aim for the sun. Hold your head up high, no need to run, to run. I'll be by your side, I will be, I'll be by your side. Look up to the sky, aim for the sun. Hold your head up high, no need to run, to run. So I'll be by your side, I will be, I will be. So I'll be by your side. So I'll be by your side, 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 I'll be by your side. I will be, I will be, I will be, I will be, I will be. So I'll be by your side.
When you think you've given all you could, they want some more. Constantly combating conversations with connoisseurs. Cognac on deck, I'm on the night shift like the Commodore. 64 system outdated, so give this town applause. Them man are dinosaurs, they ain't dictating my future. I love the game, but everybody be rapping like Future. Medusa mind state, I turn you to stone. When I shoot a verse that will make you disperse. It's true that turned into the truth a long time ago. They don't wanna respect it, don't want to acknowledge the power shift. Ego, they protect it, but I will flow like electric. I'm gonna set this off, no apology. I move metric, them man still moving imperial. My tech, cause I'm moving hectic. Now everybody wanna talk about the top four. I'm not no number, but I know I'll be the top four. And some brothers just be lying to themselves. So I'm airplane mode out, crushing on the top floor. No competition, competition is none. My composition's no comparison, reversing it wrong. The understated victor stand alone, I stand on my ones. My tech is be the hardest, and my best is still yet to come. It's mine. Overrated artists living off the hype. They got no longevity in the game, they got no stripes. No longer social in person, they live on social media. So social skills are not working because they live for likes. It's all a make-believe world, but they love living in the bubbles. They scrolling and reading all the BS you type. Just for attention, a couple shares or a mention is meaningless, but it's like nobody wanna deal with real life. I spit that real life, say what's on my mind. I will not pander to the climate of the deaf, dumb and blind. Never dumbing down my bars, only realness in the lines. You will only hear the honesty and passion in my rhymes. I'm staying connected cause I perfected my art form. This show I directed, calm and collected, rated, respected, stayed on course and never deflected. Flow like electric, I'm gonna set this off, no apology. I move metric, yeah man, I'm still moving imperial. My tech cause I'm moving hectic.
stayed awake last night, 'cause I couldn't close my eyes and see you another night. I drove myself crazy thinking you'd take my wildest dreams and tear them all to the ground. So I tried to create a decoy world for you to destroy in my mind. You could stay and believe you're tearing me apart while I'm coming to life, while I'm coming to life. Couldn't keep the secret. You found my darkest demons and brought them out in the light. So I ran to all the preachers, despite having every reason to shut down and mobilize. So I prayed to the gods for one last saving grace against all odds. And I built an escape using all my energy just to come back to life, back to life.
As I told them who the sub was. So
Wait, put that back. Everybody, sorry for the delay. There have been some discussions going on about setting up this next game. Long story short. Wow, words are hard. I still don't know what's going on. But we wanted to let you know that we are working behind the scenes. So yeah,
I was going to work.
yeah. But let's discuss that last game. What do you think was the biggest factor in We Are Rhino winning that game?
I mean, the biggest thing, you could just see that it was like I said at the beginning, there are just rotations overall. Like they were rotating as a 5-man squad that whole time. And I mean, there was just a couple, like Rip had a very strong early game. And I mean, they made some plays, they did really well. They were getting a few kills and they were getting some towers, but War was able to just group up as 5 and, goon squatted essentially with a Terrical, going absolutely insane in all of those fights and being able to block so much damage, plus landing multiple multiple people's stuns there. They were just able to just roam around the map as a 5 group and just pick people off and just turn that into, Baron and turn that into Dragon and turn that into towers in that game. Which I think we need to close out that poll because, I mean, I think...
Yeah, that poll's been going long enough.
Yeah.
So, drum roll, please. Our player of the game for game number 1. Wow, what is that racket? Zorpox playing Tarek. He is our game 1 MVP, taking home 67% of the vote. So, what to you guys made Zorpox so important in that game?
I think he had great positioning, and just playing Tarek in general, able to sit there and peel for his carry. He did a really good job at making sure no one could get to that back line and get after Ditters, and his notion of when to ult as Tarek, which I personally think is the hardest thing about playing Tarek, was spot on during those team fights.
Yeah, so well done, Zorpox, your player of the game for game 1.
I mean, if you look at his kill participation and then, Fudgy Ditter's score that line there, just so much work was being done with Tarek alone.
I think he ended with 14 to 17 kills participated in. And then we have our picks in bans coming in right now, fast and furious. Our first ban is Cho'Gath, targeted at both Guy Fieri and Violet Sociocat, followed by Kane and Jarvan, then Atrox and Tarek. Yep, no more Tarek for Zorpox.
With a team like, We Are Rhino, who's so heavily focused on, rotating and getting those nice team fights mid and late game, that Tarek just puts up so much work and is able to mitigate so much damage. Plus, while his heals aren't, massive by any means, having those heals, having the stuns, being able to keep your team alive, super valuable.
As the last ban for We Are Rhino is a misfortune. But that means first pick for Rich is Provoked is a Maokai. And then We Are Rhino has responded with a Sejuani and an Ornn. Ornn this time going over to...
It's not going to be on Mommy anymore. It's going to be on Daddy this time.
Yeah, it's going to be on Daddy. Daddy's going to turn around and beat Mommy's with an Ornn. Wait, can we say that on stream?
I mean,
sounds a little weird.
And in the bot lane, we have another lovers quarrel in Rakan and Xayah for support and ADC.
Yeah, that's always a super strong lane with Rakan and Xayah. I mean, just with the extra range from Rakan being able to shield in and everything, plus the damage that they can pump out and Rakan's insane amount of CC in fights, that in itself could apply so much more pressure in the bot lane, because I know they had the Jinx and Nami that were trying to apply pressure, but with Rakan and Zaya, there's so much more throughout the rest of the game they can do as well.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that they opted for the Rakan and Zaya instead of picking the Malzahar, which was pretty effective for them. It is open, but now it could get banned away. As we see a Nami get picked up for We Are Rhino.
Yeah, did you see the Tristana ban as well for from Rip? They don't want to see Fudgy on that again, able to, with Tristana, just able to, get a kill and then jump back in and get another kill and then keep jumping in and resetting essentially. So that's always a very strong pick. Nice ban away.
Yeah, and then our last ban from Riches Provoked is Ari, not wanting Violet Sociocat to play Ari again. And then taken away by We Are Rhino was Morgana and Vi. But this puts We Are Rhino, I think, in an interesting spot. Do they pick Malzahar away from Bukake Poro?
I think they're going to go with the Corki. Corki has been an insanely strong champion still for Ali there in that mid lane. And there it is. Just the amount of damage. It's not the same pick comp as, with an Ari, but it provides so much more sustained damage and just burst potential as well. And I mean, with a Sejuani and an Ornn, they're looking for good team fights. They have a Nami for those ults as well, plus Corki coming out on there with, his whatever that his passive thing is called, that thing. But just able to provide so much pressure in those team fights, which is what they've looked for.
You mean the package?
That one.
Forgot about Corky's package.
Big, massive package. We're not talking about balls. And it looks like, wait, what am I looking at?
It's going to be a Heimerdinger top.
Heimerdinger and Talia?
Heimer's been pretty strong this patch, actually.
That's okay. So we wanted memes where it looks like we're going to get them.
We're going to get our dreams. The Heimerdinger is here.
Now, the Talia I can see being decent just because with your ult you can try and zone off a fight if you can try and keep a Sejuani or an Ornn out of a fight. That can be good. I'm wanting to make sure, just so I'm not crazy, that that's not like a bug. Because I know we've had it before.
No, I think that's a Heimerdinger. I haven't seen anybody say otherwise. And it's a Talia.
Huh, okay.
Which leaves Fudgy Ditters on Ezreal.
It'll be interesting because you know Heimerdinger is just a shove laner. That's all you're planning on doing. I'm guessing he's literally just going to be going for the split push Heimerdinger. Not a bad option. But I can't say I've ever had the Ornn into a Heimerdinger matchup before. Interesting to see how that works.
Or is this a Talia jungle, Heimerdinger mid, and a Maokai in the top lane?
We can only hope.
Maybe it's even Rakan jungle. I don't even know. Yeah, because I honestly don't know which of these champions men bunks.
Talia Heimer bot lane. Zaya goes mid.
Yep, there you go.
Perfect.
Full AP Rakan top lane.
What is life, indeed. So, not knowing really what's going on with Riches Provoked, what do you think's going on with We Are Rhino?
I mean, same thing that they want to do last game. They want to get to that mid game. They want to group up and they want to push objectives because Sejuani, Ornn, Nami all have those huge AoE ults. Plus, you also have an Ezreal to sit there on the side, poke down whoever. Corki's going to try and poke down whoever. So they have poke, they have huge team fight engage, they have lots of sustained damage. That's what they're looking to do.
They also have lots of escape.
True. I think they're going to be using their stuff more for engage at this point.
Does the Ezreal put out the same amount of damage as the Tristana? Because one of the things about that Tristana that works so well for Fudgy Ditters, it looked like he was able to hop into a fight, put out a ton of damage, and then hop back out.
Well, he wouldn't be able to do necessarily the same thing this game because the reason he was able to jump into those fights is because he had like Tarek would ult the Tristana and Tristana would just be able to jump in, no repercussions because she can't take any damage. So it would be a different situation even if the Tristana got through. But I think with what they're looking to do, I don't think it's a bad pick. Because Ezreal's still strong, you know.
He's
Yes,
still a
he
great
got nerfed,
duelist.
the Q nerf a little bit, but still a very strong champion overall.
Seek clarity.
So I mean,
All
we'll
right.
see how they work it out.
Well, chat, give us your
Not a problem.
RIP win or WAR win in the chat on who you
Hashtag.
think is going to win. Hashtag, yep, all that.
We got a hashtag Rip Win.
Yep.
Hashtag Big Donger in the top lane. And I don't mean Heimerdinger.
This is the first Talia in LCS for us. That is true. Wait. Nah? Heimer.
Is it actually
First
yeah,
timer.
Probably her first Heimerdinger, yeah.
Yeah, one of these is a first pick. I don't freaking know.
I don't think I've seen a Heimerdinger so far. So we'll,
Somebody says Heimer support, Rakan top, Maokai mid, Zaya jungle, and Talia ADC. I like the way you think. You have to hashtag. Huh.
come on, Nolan, get with it.
Yeah, it looks like
Your
right now
vote doesn't
Menbung.
actually count unless there's a hashtag in front of it.
Yeah, Menbung is currently on the Maokai. Talia is taking barrier, not teleport. I guess you don't really need a teleport though when you have the little rock slide.
Yeah, trying to work on, trying to avoid the insane burst damage coming out from Ali on that Corki. I think it's a good choice. Just seeing how much damage they can put out. Honestly, I feel like I would much rather have Ali on the Ari than I would on Corki. Because Corki is just so safe and has so much sustained damage. Yes, Ari can land, a good charm and, try and make a catch,
If I
but
want your opinion, I'll
there's
beat
just
it out of you.
so much more pressure, I feel like, from a Corki, especially early. Just pushing the lane. And Talia is a decent answer to it, just because she can also push back without expanding every single bit of her mana pool.
And apparently, the bans for Rich is provoked. Spell out the word ATTAC.
Ready to
Kata.
attack.
Attack.
No, it's Kata. Like
I
cat
mean-
ta, cat ta. Yeah, if we go the order that they came in, we have CATTA, Kata.
No, they just attack. They don't also.
And from War we have Kujum.
Yeah.
KJMMP.
Do you? Kujum?
Okay. Alright, well. Caleb got first blooded, so it's okay. That is true. Caleb did get first blooded in the last round. So, is Juice Me Daddy gonna turn around and first blood Juice Me Mommy?
It's gonna
That's
be Caleb's on his own in that top lane, so. But like I said, I don't know how much pressure a Heimerdinger can put down. I would think pretty good still against an Ornn early, but.
I've
Yeah,
actually
yes.
played.
Heimerdinger, I feel like that's a scary thing for Heimer because he's gonna be very squishy.
I've played that matchup several times, Ornn versus Heimer, and
In your professional opinion,
if Juice Me Mommy can place his turrets right, it really bullies out an Ornn because the Fire Breath, whose name escapes me, from Ornn, is not enough at those lower levels to actually destroy those turrets. And so even if you go in with that, they're still there. And then if Heimerdinger stuns you after that, he can just rain the damage on you. So you got to play it real safe. But I will say later on in the game, Warren just demolishes.
Yep. So it sounds like the Heimerdinger needs to place his turrets a little bit more spread out, so that way they're not clumped together for Ornn to try and clear them, essentially, with his flame breath. Can't clear them, Heimer will get the push on, and I mean, Ornn's more than likely is going to be looking to, get to those team fights anyways, to try and be a nuisance, whereas Heimerdinger is probably just going to be split pushing all game, so if Heimer can be on the side and the rest of Rift can stay safe and not get fully engaged on by a Sejuani and an Ornn, I think they might have a decent split push chance there.
All right, so looking at these teams, which one would you give the advantage and ultimately the series?
I'm still going to go with Rhino on this one.
Yeah, War is definitely going to be the answer here. I would so much love to see the Heimerdinger succeed. Do I think it's realistically going to happen? Nah. Probably not.
Is Greg gonna ban Juice Me Mommy for failing at Heimerdinger? We'll find out in about 25 seconds. We timed that very poorly.
I mean,
oh well.
Yeah, it happens. Yorick is bad. Shots fired.
Greg has no real power. I mean,
like I said
he
earlier,
just
great
smells
power comes with great responsibility.
That is true. He probably does smell funny.
Like funny ha-ha or funny bad?
I think that's to be decided. I think the better question is Guy Fieri going to take anybody to Flavor Town this game?
One can only hope.
He did last game. He got himself 10 assists, so
he assisted people into Flavor Town.
I mean, I was going to say 10 dishes served, but yeah.
Not quite the sous chef, just the helper.
He took the order, and then everyone else delivered to Flavor Town.
I'm just saying. Serves it up. Lets everyone else eat it.
Oh, that's so sad. The Zyro Rakan skins don't match up.
What?
Hashtag
Phil.
rip.
Oh, that's it. Forfeit.
Hashtag really rip.
Raise thy dongers. How about
We need
no?
to remake the game. Also, you can donate to the prize pool, subscribe, and follow the channel. Yay!
Yeah, we have a public Facebook page if you want to follow like that. You'll find out when our upcoming matches are. Though we didn't post on it today, so usually we update it. Sometimes we'll even stream. Who knows?
We've been trying to stream live to Facebook. Very fun stuff. And if you want to be a part of it, just like the pages.
Alright, we have pinks coming out. Looks like red team is going to go for a defensive look, whereas blue are all 5 grouped up. They could invade. Are they going to invade? Please invade. Oh, Juice Me Daddy is going to get found by Menbun. He's going to get dashed in on by. He's going to flash out of it, though. And there is an early flash burn by Juice Me Daddy, who went to that bush in the river.
Flash burn.
And then Ezreal has now stepped up a little into the jungle. He better run away before that finds him.
Yeah, it's going to be a long clear for Menbun now, though. Starting off with his W and not his sapling. He's going to.
That is true. That I did not realize he did that until
he
thought
did
about
it to get in on Daddy there, and it worked. They blew the flash, but it's going to be a hard jungle clear for him. Because typically you'd want to start Q afterwards too, and so now he's only going to have saplings or his Q as his next skill up. So we'll see if that pushes him a little bit behind.
Might force him to look for an early gank to try and supplement his gold income.
Huh, I wonder where he'll gank. I wonder if there's any
Possibly
ways that
bot
her
lane?
flash is blown.
As
It's
we
all
see
part of the
a
plan.
pretty strong leash for Menbung. So,
Yeah,
whose donger is bigger, mommy's or daddy's? I don't know. Daddy just got smacked in the face. The sense of place jumps in onto the Nami. Nami is dropped below health, but is not vulnerable yet.
Yeah, no level 2. Otherwise, that Zaya could have clearly taken out that Nami.
Yeah, all he needed was the feather pull. Little feather pull as Zorpox jumps back in. Sense of place just barely misses the dash. As we see turrets starting to come out up in the top. A lot of early trading in the bot lane.
Yeah, and in the mid lane, Ali took quite a bit of poke there. Had to use that pot to kind of heal back up there.
Juice Me Daddy is going to get stunned again. Zorpox, though, has sustained himself back up. Jirachi is now...
Yeah, so...
As we see Menbung and Guy Fieri find each other in the jungle. Guy Fieri dashes in. I think he's the one who got the Scuttle Crab, but Guy Fieri is taken real low. Gonna stun Menbung as Menbung gonna hit him with the kitten. Gonna have to flash in. Guy Fieri flashes and First Blood goes over to Menbung. Menbung getting that first early kill onto the chef himself.
Yeah, very nice play. Guy Fieri going really too aggressive. Dashes in to try and get the scuttler. Does pick it up, but it uses that aggressively. Doesn't have it to get out and just take too much damage. And both flashes were burned by the jungler. So no
tried to get to that blast
plays
cone.
Will be had with lanes anymore.
As Menbung then invades and takes Guy Fieri's Krugs.
Oh,
Guy Fieri is going to
get
dash
caught
in
out
on the
here.
Menbung. Menbung is going to probably get stunned. No, hasn't been stunned yet. As Aftershock goes off, Guy Fieri just opts not to go in as Heimdinger roamed over. Some early plays.
Yeah, and in the mid lane is really the only place we're seeing any sort of CS discrepancies. And surprise, surprise, Forky putting on a lot of pressure on this Talia.
Yeah, and then as well as that early kill in the junglers. As Juice Me Daddy is now taking damage from Juice Me Mom. Those turrets zoning well, making Juice Me Daddy's farm close to his tower. Because he just keeps taking skill shot after skill shot.
Yeah, and you can see Ornn, trying to, sustain up and stay in lane and everything and be able to, farm and everything, but having to use so much mana to do so. And as you can see, is missing a lot of that farm under tower, but still even in CS. So usually Mami needs to pick up on a little bit on that, hitting a few more farms there. Maybe not trying to pressure so hard, forcing himself to miss out on his own farm.
we do see Ornn, luckily with his passive, giving himself a Sapphire Crystal to give him some more mana.
You see chat not really liking the music for the snow. Sorry you don't like little snow chimes.
It's soothing, remind me.
Now see Jirachi and Fudgy Ditters keep trading in this bot lane. Fudgy Ditters has back though, picked up his tier and a longsword, as well as a coal, interestingly enough. As Violet Sosacat dashes in onto Bukaki Poro, who's being taken really low though as Bukaki Poro keeps landing these mud slaps. And Violet Sosacat's going to be able to get off as Sejuani. And Guy Fieri is going to be able to cover.
No flash available from Menbug. Just trying to see if they can bait him in. But I think they, you know, the spidey sense going off for Corky.
Now Violet Sociocat opting to back. As Nami is taking a ward out of the tri-bush. Ooh, Guy Fieri sees Juice Me Mommy. Could go and collapse in on this. Here comes the ult from Cramp. They're gonna knock up Juice Me Mommy. Mommy is gonna flash away, but is gonna get stunned, and then hits the stopwatch. Is trapped now between the two, and somehow is still alive. Guy Fieri though is gonna pick up Juice Me Mommy, taking them to Flavor Town.
Yeah, obviously it's definitely debatable whether Juice Me Mommy needed to use that stopwatch, knowing that probably dead.
Probably dead.
That they could do there, but trying to make a play just could not escape.
We'll see Jirachi take the little tidal wave. Not the tidal wave. What is that called? Little wave action
Ebb and
here.
flow.
Ebb and flow. Yeah. Words. They're hard.
You know what happens, man. It's alright. Words. Just a bunch of vowels and consonants put together in order.
As we see Menbung, he's going after, I think, the Scuttle Crab right now. Corky's going to rotate over and take this blue buff from Guy Fieri. Guy Fieri still hasn't hit level 6. Could really use that level so he can start making some more ganks, as Menbung has now found Guy Fieri in the jungle. Bukake Poro is here for moral support, as Zoropox is going to find the kitten in the bush, but taken well below half health by Bukake Poro.
1 Q from Talia and
threaded volley.
Zoropox is taken below half
I like
health.
my flap. As Juice Me Daddy is dashing in on Juice Me Mommy. Juice Me Mommy doesn't quite have the damage yet. Juice Me Daddy is just going to be able to walk back to the tower and hide under it.
Yeah, so it looks like Juice Me Mommy is going to be going for more of an AP damage build instead of like the split push timer we would think that would be coming out from him. Maybe trying to do more damage, trade back on the Yorn.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice there. As Zorpok steps up a little far, but doesn't take any damage from that. Sky Fieri finally hits level 6. Might think about making a play here. Because where is Menbung? Menbung had based, so could possibly make a play top lane. Probably gonna get spotted by a ward though. Nope.
Get out in time.
Here comes anyways.
Looks like they're going for
Juice
it.
Me Daddy's gonna knock up Juice Me Mommy. Mommy is getting stunned. Pulled out the turret, but another kill going over to Guy Fieri.
Hashtag Flavor Town.
Hashtag Flavor Town as Bukake Poro and Violet Sociocat both burn flash, but Bukake Poro is gonna die though to the missile. As Violet Sociocat picks up a solo kill on Bukake Poro. Already almost a 30 CS lead for Violet Sociocat in the mid lane.
And picking up that kill.
And the early kill.
That Triforce so much closer. Once Corky gets that Triforce, it's his mid-game.
Such a damage explosion.
Thing. So I mean, once that goes off, and even if he's able to get anything else really soon, I'm not seeing much hope for the mid lane. Bukake Poro can try all he wants to do with Talia, but Corky applies even more pressure.
As we see, we are Rhino. Think about this early dragon. Violet Sociocat has roamed down. Bot lane is roaming up. There are no wards for Riches Provoked to contest this dragon, as this should be another early dragon. No Nami bubble to steal, as Juice Me Mommy is going to face check a bush into Juice Me Daddy, but Menbung is here to follow up as Juice Me Daddy has to flash away. Menbung flashes in onto Juice Me Daddy. Juice Me Daddy, though, now tries to turn and run the opposite direction. As in the mid lane, Bukake Poro is getting dove underneath his tower by Guy Fieri. Gonna hit the blast gun, blast comes away, but with Menbung,
Oh no!
Juice Me Daddy is probably gonna die here. Gets a little bit of a shield. Juice Me Mommy is gonna miss all the rockets. still alive somehow. He's gonna walk away as the kitten should kill. There's the kitten kill. Menbun gonna pick up a kill on Juice Me Daddy
Man, and if it
with the
wasn't,
sapling.
if it's that hard to kill an Ore now, 2v1, there's nothing that they're going to be able to do and actually go get some items in his inventory. That took so long for them to be able to pick up that kill.
Yeah, I will give it to Bukaki Poro, though. He did use his ult to zone off Guy Fieri. Otherwise, that match could have ended a lot differently if he had actually gotten there a little sooner.
As we see the Ornn use TP top lane. As Sense of Place jumps in underneath the tower, misses the knockup though. It's Juice Me Daddy and takes all the turrets. Bukaki Poro trying to hit the threaded volley, but just doesn't get it. What is this other one? This is called Seismic Shove and Unraveled. Huh. I don't play Talia, obviously.
Realistically, there's not a whole lot of people in this meta who do play Talia.
It just seems underwhelming to me.
I think the play potential, the Talia play potential is really good. But, because I mean, you do see it, with higher level players. Kirsten plays it from time to time.
Sense of Place was gonna dash in onto Fudgy Ditters, but Fudgy Ditters essence shifts out. That's what that's called.
Yeah, there's a Sejuani in the
Arcane
bot lane.
Shift.
Arcane Shift.
Arcane Shift, yeah, Sejuani's gonna rotate around. Is spotted out and just gonna back off. As a 1k gold lead has built for We Are Rhino. As we've got Sosacat misses the rocket.
I'm gonna say collapse in on Poro. Yuri's here.
Yeah, both junglers are in the mid lane. Menbung is going to face check. He's going to get hit by the Glacial Prism. But Violet, Sociocat, and Guy Fieri are on it. Going to pull out the ult to try and get away. But Menbung is taken really low. One more missile. Nope, one more missile is not enough. Menbung is still alive and is now underneath the tower.
That was a great
Ezreal
play
has...
from Menbung there.
Oh, Ezreal already used True Shot Barrage. Otherwise, he would have been able to maybe pick up that kill. As now Ezreal and Zoropox are backing underneath their tower.
Menbung used the Twisted Advance to lock out and not get hit with the stun from Sejuani. Well, that was a very good Twisted Advance play. And then was able to just keep walking out from there. Nice play from Menbung to get out. Meanwhile, they're going to pick up the bot tower here.
Yeah, first tower going over to the side of Riches Provoked. It's going to help them bring this gold deficit, actually turn it into a 400 gold lead. So,
First tower, man. And on both sides, other than the kill on Ali with Ali in the mid lane, both kills for each team going to the jungler. So, gonna be looking to them to keep making plays here in this game, trying to snowball the rest of their team. Snowball to the
snow map,
Winter
snowballs. Yeah.
But we do see
Why
a
couldn't
completed
you play
Triforce.
Nunu, Guy Fieri? Give us the Nunu we all want and love.
It's too bad these games can't go into overtime.
Oh,
Oh, God.
whoa there.
Oh, sorry, too far.
As it looks like bot lane for Riches Provoked has rotated in the top lane. We have all 5 members in the top side, and they're probably gonna dive down onto the Ornn. They're gonna come to this wall. Wall's gonna zone them off. And there goes Juice Me Daddy Jirachi picking up the kill on the 4v1 or 5v1. Wow, they're gonna lose a top turret here, as they also lost a turret in the bot lane. They're gonna gain a turret in the top and gain a turret in the bot. Wow. Violet Sociocat does have a package, is here, but it's still a 5v1.
Yeah, Porky does have wave clear, so we'll be able to wave clear from far away. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to push up and get anything for you.
But
Although the downside to that is this bot lane pushing out right now.
as Corky's gonna Valkyrie and hits Bukake Poro with a ton of damage. Bukake Poro is going to get cut off by Guy Fieri as Violet Sosukat picks up another kill onto Bukaki Poro. Might have overstayed just a little bit as the rest of the team kind of diverted over to the Rift Herald.
Meanwhile, in the bot lane, they're sitting there just pushing too.
Looks like they're going to pick up 2 towers in the bot. As there's no response yet. They're also going to lose a tower in the mid lane. That might have been a questionable decision to go for that Rift Herald instead of just backing off and taking what they had.
Yeah, so it ends up being an overall 3 towers for 1.
One Ornn kill.
And they got an Ornn kill, and then Talia got killed in the mid lane. Now, yes, they picked up Rift Herald, but they're also losing a dragon there, so...
That's the second push.
They're gonna have to make a really good...
A sense of play stashes in on the Violet. Sosukat's going to get hit by the Glacial Prism, but he's going to flash away and use the get away. But Fudgy Ditters has picked him off somehow, as Menbung is now being caught by a 4v5v1. Violet Sosukat picks up Menbung as the Ram comes out. It's going to miss. But huge 2 free kills right there, with Jirachi knocked really low for the side of We Are a Rhino, as they are again dominating with the macro plays.
Yeah. As I said earlier, sense of place jumping in, thinking that they can, try and make a play there, is not quite on the same page as the rest of the team. And as you can see, he gets instantly picked off by the Sejuani, and then that just leads to more carnage from, War coming out there.
Juice Me Mommy, it looks to be overstaying just a little bit. Bukaki Poro is going to find Guy Fieri in the jungle, but he's going to use the rock thing to knock him away. Here comes the ult for whatever reason. Gonna zone Zoropox off. Zoropox is going to get dropped by the turrets as Juice Me Mommy is now on to Guy Fieri. Guy Fieri is now trapped. And is going to Juice Me Mommy is going to pick up a good double kill on Guy Fieri and Zoropox as they're going to try and push this top lane. Juice Me Daddy is going to find 3 members and to try and dash away, but Menbung flashes in, roots him, and here comes the Ram. The Ram is going to get knocked onto Juice Me Mommy, but they're going to 5v1 now. A True Shot Barrage comes in, is going to take Juice Me Mommy pretty low. Rift Herald has been spawned as they're going to try and push in onto this top 2nd tier turret. Violet Sosukat taking a lot of damage from the turrets as the Rift Herald is now onto the tower. Rift Herald is going to get destroyed though.
Wow. Rift Herald just instantly melted by War.
Yeah, both Corki and Ezreal now have Triforces, so lots of damage for the side of We Are a Rhino.
Can we just go back and talk about how much damage that Heimerdinger just put out there in that 2-second little fight with Nami? Just it looked like Juice Me Mommy was definitely going to get caught out there because there was 4 members of the War rotating towards it, but they managed to pick up 2 kills there, and then they didn't end up getting the tower top, but they did get a lot of damage down.
I don't know about you guys, but I count 4 pink wards for the side of We Are a Rhino on the map right at this moment, giving lots of vision control. Well, there goes one, there goes another. But still, a lot of deep vision control for the side of We Are a Rhino.
And there goes the 3rd.
Yeah, there goes the 3rd one. I spoke too early, Geo, our streamer, just realized that War is using Christmas-themed skins as it is the Christmas season. Way to be on top of it, Geo.
I think
that's Sean Diss for all of you. As Juice Me Daddy dashes in on Juice Me Mommy, pull out the turrets. But the turrets are not doing a whole lot of damage to Ornn at the moment.
3 MR items. I think he'll be fine. There's only 1 AD threat, and that's Zaya. Otherwise, you got Timer Magic Gaming, Maokai Magic Gaming, Talia, that one champion that I keep forgetting the name of, and then Rakan in the bot lane. I mean, the Rakan inherently does a lot of magic damage. So Yeah, there's not unless the Zai is there. I don't think they're going to be taking down Ornn very easily.
And Ornn also having that Abyssal Mask, meaning the turrets are not going to do a whole lot of damage. As there's a gate coming top lane, the Ram is going to miss from Daddy onto Mommy. Mommy, though, is now getting caught by Fudgy Ditters as it quickly turned into a 4v1. But that leaves Violet Sociocat trying to defend this mid tower on a 4v1. Gonna opt to lose this mid tower in exchange for the top tower and a kill.
Yeah, that was quite an aggressive flash there from the Heimerdinger. Don't think he was
Bold
escaping
strategy,
with that.
Cotton.
But Menbung is overstaged just a little bit, opting for the Scuttle Crab. The Scuttle Crab is going to get smited away, but Menbung is taking a lot of damage from Violet Sociocat, who Valkyrie's in. He's going to get the solo kill on Menbung. All of that damage coming out right there as Menbung probably overstaged just a little too much. Zorpok's going to take a tower shot there. It's dropped pretty low. There are wards to see them. And We Are Rhino. It looks like they're going to start the Baron already. Guy Fieri on the Baron.
Yeah, it's at this point in the game, it's still very scary to do that, considering there's 4 people up. Menbung's going to be coming up now.
Here comes the Ram. Ram is going to knock into Jirachi. Jirachi
Here comes
is
the ult.
super low. Sense of place is taken down.
Oh my gosh. Members
Ult from Talia
was so low.
To get out.
That was a getaway ult, but that has stalled the Baron as Fudgy Ditters now needs to back probably. Is super low. Was going to opt to get this wave in the top lane and then back out.
Yeah, overall, a good fight from Rich's Provoke just to stop the Baron play. Could have been if they could have gotten like a flash Rakan engage right off the bat and not get poked out quite as much.
Menbug has found Violet Sociocat again, and Violet Sociocat is picking up another solo kill on Menbung as a third Ocean Drake has spawned, and We Are a Rhino are looking to pick that up as well. Yeah, Corki now with a Triforce and an Infinity Edge. So much damage on Corki.
6-0-1 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Good.
can't follow up with him unless you get an instant.
I think you
Rakan
see
engage.
Violet Sociocat, you just gotta run away at this point in time.
Could
Like
be
I
going
said,
for.
I'm more scared of that Corki than I would be of the Ari, just because of how much damage can be put out and how much consistent damage.
That Corki gonna do a half of
Oh,
Mommy's health bar, over half of Mommy's health bar in 2 shots.
Oh
Wow,
my God.
that zoning, they just have to back away and give this Baron up for free over to We Are a Rhino as We Are a Rhino looks to reset the map.
Corki is just, it's like Corki's doing true damage to everybody on their team, including the tank.
Look at the farm differential between the Talia and the Corki at this moment. Almost 100 farm up and 6 kills. It's just a massive amount of gold.
But the
4,000
Heimerdinger has
gold.
more farm than Ornn, so I mean,
Oh, there you go. At least
that's something.
it is
Mommy
something.
is beating Daddy at the moment. Very
And
important
more kills.
stuff. And more
Oh,
kills.
so
Wow.
This is the ward there. Hashtag rest.
But if you are the side of Rich, what do you have to do at this point in time to even start thinking about turning this game around?
They've got to work on getting vision because
Oh, yeah.
your whole goal is you're still going to have Heimer split push. Like, they're not that Heimerdinger's completely useless in a team fight because you can do a couple turrets that will actually do a little bit
Oh,
of damage.
Menbug has found Violet Sociocat, but he's gone in all on his own. Menbug, Violet Sociocat, picking them off one by one. Violet Sociocat's gonna not get sense of place. That's gonna be the Ezreal instead, as the Ezreal gets the Q. But Violet Sociocat is gonna cut off Jirachi. Jirachi's gonna get hit by the Glacial Prison. Violet Sociocat just deletes Jirachi as Kakeporo tries to get away from Fudgy Ditters, but is gonna be unsuccessful. as Ornn is going to push into the base from the mid lane, and the rest of his team is going to catch up, and they might break this base open in 26 minutes. Could they end?
They probably could, because Zaya's going to be down for 15 seconds. Zaya is somebody that they have to have on their side, and they do have Baron minions. But it looks like they're going to play it safe, and they're not going to end it.
Opting to rotate into the jungle, maybe pick off somebody as they are going to be spotted by a ward, but that ward is now gone.
Huh. So
As
Ornn went for a
ZZ Rot.
push build to Heimerdinger and got a ZZ Rot portal to keep his top lane pushing out for him. So that is why this lane is here for them to push in, because they had a ZZ Rot portal going.
Would you want to fight right now if you were the side of Rich's Provoked? Violet Sociocat has backed, but I don't know if they know that.
Again, I think it comes down to that vision. If they could figure out and get this taken care of before
Now they
Corki
can
gets
see
back.
Violet Sociocat. The Ram comes out. The Ram is going to knock up two members, Bukake Poro and... What is that? Bukake Poro and Heimerdinger. But Menbung has been dropped by Violet Sociocat, as Violet Sociocat and Fudgy Ditters are just picking up kills left and right. Sense of Place dashes in on the Violet Sociocat, but is going to take one shot from that, as they're going to push in through this mid lane now and probably end as Jirachi is just sitting in the fountain and disconnected from the game entirely. As there goes tower number 1, tower number 2.
Tower numbers.
Yep,
And this is going to be a 2-0 victory for the side of We Are a Rhino in 28 minutes. Wow. Wowzers.
Yeah, it just, both games came down to, well, the second game, Ali just started stomping and was just doing an insane amount of damage. Yeah, I mean, Ali's damage was off the charts there. But yeah, it was just, they grouped up so well, and they just, both games just kept roaming as, a giant goon squad, and were just picking people off left and right, and they would win those team fights because they were always as 5, and they were always there first to those fights. So, objectives and then towers and kills just came with it.
Yeah,
Very
most
well played
damage.
from War.
Yeah, most damage in the game going over to Corki, who finished 10-0 and 4. And with 23,000 damage done to champions. However, the next closest damage done to champions was the Heimerdinger at 20,000.
Yeah, I mean, when you got turrets sitting there and they just whack away at Ornn, Ornn's got a bunch of health, is able to, stay pretty sturdy in the lane as well. They're able to just constantly do damage. So I mean, there was a couple pretty good plays, like where he was able to, take out a Nami instantly, was able to help take out the Sejuani there. But just not enough split push presence there to counteract versus an Ornn.
All right. Well, we are going to get the MVP poll put up here pretty soon. So make sure that you get your votes in for and then we will be conducting our interviews here shortly. Stick around.
eyes, tell me what you don't know. Hey now, put up a fight, I know how I won't let go. Hands out to the sky, we reach for tomorrow. Break down, look at your life, why you wanna be known. Head down, look in my eyes, tell me what you don't know. Hey now, put up a fight, I know how I won't let go. Hands out to the sky, we reach for tomorrow. No, we don't wanna die, we'd rather be alone. Are you the animal cannibalistic mist?
We live? All right. Well, joining us real quick is the opposing team's captain, Menbung. And here comes Violet Sociocat. And Guy Fury. Wait. Oh, yeah, Guy Fury is the captain. Who is MVP number one? Oh, yeah. There's Zora Pucks, our game one MVP.
The kid.
So, question time.
Zorpop,
I don't-
he's so good on that Tarek. Yeah, who needs pudgy jitters when you got a Zorpop to carry?
Dude, I don't disagree. James is a beast. I think we all know that.
Well, and we were just like, oh my gosh, the score lines were so good in the bot lane, like so much co-participation, and I'm just like, it's like, nah, I don't get me wrong, I'm not taking anything away from Pudgy Jitters because he plays really well, he's had really good games otherwise, but like, when you have a Tarek who is just gunning up the enemy team and then putting the ult on you, so you can just jump in and not take any damage, like, the support game was on point.
Yep, I agree. I think the draft from War was very good in terms of knowing what Rich's provoked playstyle was for 5v5 team comp, and then they countered it by using something that stalls out 5v5 team comps and allows their ADC to, I wouldn't say misposition, but play like Wild Turtle.
Very aggressive.
Yeah. Like Wild Turtle without having to, be punished for it. So it was a
Wild
fantastic
Turtle without
pick.
death.
Yeah.
And then obviously we had Ali as Game 2 MVP. Just insane amounts of damage. What was it? So I kind of figured as soon as they banned out the R2, and I mean, they were going to ban out Shogath as well, that the Corky pick was incoming. But going into that Game 2, what was the thoughts as far as draft-wise?
I mean, we kind of just, we knew what the priority junglers were, and that was what our whole entire strategy was based around, was allowing either us to get, these really, the first, honestly, I felt like we traded picks extremely well both games in the first side of the draft. It just looked really good from us from the very beginning, bands. Because we had a really good idea of what Minbang, Sean wanted to play. Both games, we had a really good idea of what Jirachi wanted to play, and we had a good idea of what Bukake Poro wanted to play. So at that point, it's pretty easy to anticipate what comps we should be running, and we just decided to grab our strong picks early and then just allow the flex to occur later on with either the Corky or whatever it was going to be, whatever they left up for me,
Very nice.
Yeah, I got a question for Menbun. Also about that second game draft. What was the idea of picking the Talia mid when the Malzahar was open and available?
So we've been working a little bit on some stuff. I think I wanted to try to see I wanted to use it as a barometer in some ways on Ethan, like a metric for Ethan. At the same time, the wave clear of Talia is better early than the Malzahar, which, if played, I think, in an optimal way, which I think it was for the early parts of the game. I mean, he almost solo killed Ali early, but taking a little bit of minion damage. So, like, he played the lane decently well during the early game to where you don't allow Ali to roam and get going as fast. Malzahar's still a good pick, but I mean, the Talia allowed for him to match roams that could happen, or for us to make proactive roams like we did top lane. We were planning one bot lane, but it's very hard to gank or dive a Ezreal Nami bot lane, and so we really only had one place to go, and that was the Ornny man in the top. In a small sense, wave manipulation was faster and easier with Talia.
Yeah. So again, this is another question for both captains, basically. So there was a section of play where 4 members or 5 members Rip went top lane, and then there was no real response from We Are Rhino. Was that kind of designed, or is that just a reaction to, wait, we might be able to get more out of this than they realize?
I mean, we traded a lot in that trade. It looked bad at first, but we wound up getting 2 bottom turrets and a mid tier 2. Tier 1 or tier 2, I don't remember. But we wound up definitely. I mean, it was an unfortunate trade, but because you don't want to be trading when you're that far ahead, it was still a net positive. And when you're snowballing, you know, any more gold that makes your lead more efficient is always good.
I think for us, it was, again, a good initial trade. What caught us off guard was when we peeled back for Herald, we lost a little bit of tempo. And then, and what you traded, Ali, was actually 2 towers and a kill mid lane, the tier 1
Okay.
down.
I couldn't remember exactly what it was, but it was a good trade. And
it was a better trade overall at the end of the day for War. There was a bit of miscommunication. We needed someone to go answer the bot wave. Mid lane took a greedy path without having vision, and Heimer stayed even though we still needed damage. But if we could have had Talia with us and then Heimer either like just recall or even TP because he had it up, we could have saved that bot lane tower and then just probably made it a 1-for-1 trade, which would have been, and then get Herald, which would have been huge for us. Execution.
Yeah, and then well, I guess we have questions.
Yeah, I'll take any questions from chat. Yeah.
Fudgy Ditters asks, do y'all like playing with your ADC?
No. No.
Sounds like a resounding no. Sorry.
Man, if my ADC was Fudgy Ditters, no, I wouldn't want to play with that guy.
neither would I, dude.
Yeah,
that guy's just sitting here BMing.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is like
gank bot, gank bot.
There's a reason why they had to pick Tarek, and it actually wasn't to counter our team comp. It was to make sure that someone could babysit Fudgy. So, yeah. So I mean, if that's the truest thing that has been said in the history of ever. So just don't at me, all right?
All right, we have another question from the chat for Violet Sociocat. Do you choose the Corki, or does the Corki choose you?
I was born spanked, Nugget.
Hell yeah.
I got a question for Sean. Why did you pick a champ that literally has a man bun in the first game?
Wait, who's got the man? Oh. Hey. I didn't even notice that, but it was just to tilt you, man, because you can't cut it when you're a tree. I cut you down, and then I showed you how to get cut down by a tree when you're freaking. You're 2 versus 1.
Gosh.
You were 2 versus 1 in the second game. You have a boar and some like chick riding. Swinging.
I played that so bad. I got greedy.
It's okay, man. We'll talk about it later. But it was a fun match. I enjoyed it. I couldn't believe I killed you though. To be honest, I was like, what?
Well, that's the way I felt when I found you in game 1 on the Maokai and the Zinzao, and I found you and you're like half health. That was one thing. I think the Maokai on the blue side with the red buff start is just so much healthier through the jungle that you're gonna be up against a half health jungler once you meet at topside. So it's just kind of interesting.
It just
for me to see
it
that
depends
play out that
on
way.
the jungle matchup and the
I mean,
what
yeah,
happens.
but it happened both for Xin Zhao and Sejuani, so it's like
It's
that's
like I'm
kinda
teaching
odd.
you how to jungle and you do the same path as me. It's fucking weird, man.
I mean, you did the same path as me on the Maokai game, the exact same path.
Well, of course. I know where you're gonna be.
All
do you mean?
right.
Oh my god.
Okay, no, but
We'll
seriously,
save this discussion for another time, as we have a very desperate question from the chat.
Oh, okay. Question for both teams. Oh god,
Yeah.
no! Don't answer that one.
Yeah.
Juicing is illegal and banned in most, if not all, sports activities. This is true, so that question is invalid because we do not endorse juicing.
We are
So do we disqualify both
reporting
teams then?
Caleb and Sean to Greg, and Greg will be handing out
Despite
bans
Sean.
tomorrow. Yeah, despite Sean. No, we're gonna report both Sean's for being
it.
boosted.
Do it.
And Greg will hand out bans tomorrow, like free candy on Halloween.
Wait, y'all get free candy on Halloween?
Do you not go
That's
trick or treating?
Halloween.
I'm
That's like
26
Halloween.
years old.
Do you not go trick or treating?
Fair point.
What's that excuse?
A bad one. I
All
guess I'm
right,
nothing but a whiskey delta, right, Allie?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're done.
All right, so I think we're just repeating ourselves at this point in time. So we're gonna
Repeating
call it a
myself at this
night.
point in time.
Yes, thank you for that. Thank you for tuning in. This has been the Find Me Off LCS. My name is Fleeing Panda, and my co-casters were Opie and how do you even say that name? Is it
Adonville?
Adonville? Adonville. Adonville and Opie, co-casters. Thanks for joining me, guys. And tomorrow, I do believe there is another game, so
Tomorrow.
keep a lookout for that.
Upcoming matches are on
tomorrow?
the screen.
And it
Is
says
it?
Sunday.
Does it say Sunday?
2 matches on
Yeah.
Sunday. BGM versus HV.
Rip! I could have swore to God a match was tomorrow.
No, not
there's
Rip.
also a game
You just
Saturday,
played.
by the way. Bat versus G5. Sunday.
Report
Saturday
ban, yep.
night, like 9.
I'm so
It's
boosted.
like I did this for nothing.
Yes. It's been a
Anyways,
I've been
keep
having
an eye out. We'll be back sometime this week. Who knows when. Peace.
Crashing all around. Are you the animal? Do you remember out on a limb? You listen quiet all around. Are you the animal? I'm not afraid of you. I feel we're ready tonight. But time is on my side. Feel it going inside me, but you'll never find me. I need my heart to make me